for the hero type of role. I admit it with my heart shivering in fear. I can see today's.
How's it going, SAO fans? Soul here, bringing you the newest episode of Sword Art Online. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check it out for free in the description below. Now finally, this week, Kirito and Sinon seem much more like partners in Gale Online, rather than acting like they're about to kiss each other, because that's what it's been like for the past couple of weeks. And honestly, after last week's episode with Sinon lying on him the whole time, there was really nowhere else for that to go. And at the very least, Asuna has finally got to the hospital, and after this epic death gun match and everything is over, wherever SAO decides to go next, I really want to see some real world character progression with Kirito and Asuna, because we barely got any at the start of this series or at the end of SAO 1, and I'm still very interested with their lives after ALO and what their plans are. I think it's kind of obvious that they're going to stay together, but Kirito just needs to get a smack in the face from Asuna with all that stuff from Sinon. But speaking of Sinon and the episode this week, it was really good. It seems like for the moment Sinon was finally able to overcome some of her fears, which is always what I wanted to see. She's a badass character in her own right. She has patience and the accuracy with the sniper rifle. We saw it again this episode, like what we saw in the earlier episodes of GGO, and I just love seeing that confidence from her character. Like, Kirito and Asuna aren't the only ones who are super confident coming into SAO 2, and we finally had someone who didn't need Kirito to hold their hand the whole way through, but that's what ended up happening, and we're finally moving away from that. So I really enjoyed her character progression from this episode. They seem more like partners, how they should have been from the start, and we also got some more insight into Death Gun and what may be happening in the real world. I'm starting to lean towards the possibility that there are multiple Laughing Coffin members that are involved, and it's not only 2 or 3. It was very interesting with the flashback and Kirito saying that he didn't even want to know Death Gun's name back in SAO 1. I mean, it was crazy that Kirito finally made a mistake, and a mistake that could cost Sinon her life. And I love everything that goes back to the first half of Sword Art because it was amazing, but the action and animation again this episode was perfect, from when Sinon and Death Gun sniped each other's scopes to Kirito starting to fight Death Gun, and the whole sword aspect is still added in. It's like, even though we're in Gale Online, this is still Sword Art Online. 2 deadly players are about to fight to the death, and Death Gun just brings out the metal sword that was sick and totally unexpected. It's like Kirito has someone who is good enough to fight him, and someone who is obviously a murderer at that, so the show is getting really intense. The cliffhanger is going to kill me until next week's episode, so I cannot wait to find out what happens next, but tell me in the comments below what you guys thought about Sinon and Kirito's relationship progression in this episode. Is she back to being her confident self, or will she break down once this is over, or will she break down if Kirito is killed, because that's always a possibility. And hopefully Asuna will be back in the series soon, so I hope you guys leave me a like, I would very much appreciate it, and subscribe for more Sword Art Online.